Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'd like to show you how I made this card. You don't need very much in the way of cardstock. You need a card base in soft Sky which measures 8 1/4 inches by 5 7/8 scored and folded down the middle. You need a piece of DSP from the Painted Blooms designer series paper, and that measures 3 3/4 by 4 1/8. You also need a piece of soft Sky cardstock for the two little butterflies and the flower, and this measures about 3 1/2 by 6 inches. Yes. So the first thing I'm going to do is, on the sides here I have stamped little splatters, and this is from the gorgeous Grunge stamp set. This one here, and this is the stamp that I'm using. And I'm going to start with tone on tone, and I'm using soft Sky ink. If I just get a piece of scrap paper. The reason I turn it round like that is because this is a lot thicker, this end, and I just wanted to get that bit top and bottom rather than finishing it up with a skinny bit and then trying to fill in. Doing it that way, that does both sides really nicely. Next thing I'm going to do is, on the DSP, making sure I've got it the right way round, I'm going to use the oval punch, which is 2 inches by 1 3/8. I think it's called the extra large oval punch, and I'm just going to slide my DSP in and line it up so that I've got equal distance this side and that side, and to make sure the bottom comes down to the base of the punch, and I'm just going to punch that out. Then I'm going to take my pencil, rest this on where it is going to be adhered, and very lightly draw with my pencil so that I can stamp in the middle. And I have the stamp here, and I am looking around for my, here it is, the sheet from my Stamp-a-ma-jig, and that's my Stamp-a-ma-jig there. Right, I'm going to use Pacific Point ink because I want this to stand out more than just the self-tone. Making sure I have it up the right way. There we go. I'm not going to need that ink anymore. So very carefully what I'm going to do is erase the pencil mark. The ink probably is dry by now, but I'm not sure it would be too happy if I went over it with the eraser. There we go. So next I'm going to put my piece of DSP onto my card front, and I'm going to use snail for that. I think that that has just run out. Okay, let me just flip this over to a new one. Like so. Carry on where we left off. Oh, it's a bit stringy. That's unusual. Maybe it'll just settle down. Right, so I'm going to make sure that I line up from the top first, because if I have anything left over at the bottom, it's easier to cut it off. Although if I cut the piece out correctly, there won't be any overhang. Which just goes to show I probably haven't cut it out perfectly. But I'll wait until after the video and then I'll just put that through the guillotine. Right, so what did we do next? The next bit is to do the butterflies, so I need to bring my big shot over. Don't need that. Okay. So, I know what I've forgotten to do, bear with me. On this piece I need to stamp this small butterfly because that's cut out using a die. So if I stamp this one on here, I also need a small flower, which I will put there. Hopefully I can fit in the large butterfly around that. Okay, let's see if I can get myself organised now. So bring the big shot over, take the camera, as long as you can see this bit here, I think that's all that matters. Right, magnetic platform, one cutting plate, cardstock. The butterflies I'm using are from the Butterfly Thinlits, and you get 3 in there. You get the really nice big one, really nice medium one, and the baby. So that one will sit on there very nicely. This one, if I've done it correct, oh yes, plenty of room. But I do find that it's a good idea to use wax paper underneath this one with all the intricate cutouts on it. And then the next cutting plate. And what I do when I'm cutting with these intricate butterflies, I go through once until I know I've come to the edge, and then I will take it through again. It will cut beautifully, and then I go back to cut the little one as well. There we go. Let's move that out of the way, and that. Let's see what we've got here. The little one, the large one. See, it just comes away, it's absolutely super. And if you just give it a little bit of a press, you find the butterfly comes away very easily, and then these just poke out very easily as well. With these, the large one, I have been saving them. It's a bit like those, what was it, Christmas? Oh no, the Joy of the Words, wasn't it? At Christmas I saved those because I thought I could come up with something. So I will just do that later on, pushing those out. I'm not going to waste time while I'm on the video. so I just push all these little pieces out as well. See, these have cut through so well. As you can see, some of them pop out just by the vibration of what I'm doing. There we go, that's beautiful. Okay, let's just get rid of all these little pieces. There we go. Now this little flower, which was from the Petite Petals collection, I've used this one. And this is the Petite Petals Punch. Okay, so that's it. Right, so let's bring the finished card back. You can sit there, and this one. So what I did to put the butterflies together, I folded along the body there and there, so I finished up with a straight edge, and I sort of did it on here. It's not quite so easy because the wings, cutouts on the wings come right up to the body, but you could sort of do it. And then I am going to use my liquid glue, and first of all put some on the little butterfly. I'm going to put that towards the top. Can you see what I'm doing there? Yep. Yeah, I've just got the little head of the big one underneath poking out, and I stuck the rest on top. And then I'm going to do the bottom. Trying so hard not to squeeze too much, making me shake. Okay, right, so I'm going to put my butterfly on here. I think butterfly is quite nice on a congratulations card because it's changed from the chrysalis into a butterfly. Now I need some diamond, not diamonds, pearls. I'm using some pearls on here. Right, there's one large one. Which will go into my flower. And then the long string, I needed 10 of these, so if I take those, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, there's 11 on there. And just bring all these up. Should just go off the head, I think. Yes, that's it. That goes down very nicely. And then lastly, to put my flower on, again I'll use Tombow glue. So there we go. So that's the first one, and this is the one I've made today. And I'll just show you one other that I made. This was the prototype, if you like, the very first one that I did. Same Painted Blooms designer series paper. The stamp that I did down the side there was from the Butterfly Basics, and it was that one, but that's not quite long enough to do a whole strand, and it took me a bit of a bit faffing around trying to get all that onto one, and I thought I didn't want to do that while I was on a video because that's boring watching somebody do something like that. But the colours are beautiful, and I think I prefer the blue. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Many thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please contact me because I will be pleased to help you. If you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button at the top right hand side of the screen. And if you'd like to buy any of the Stampin' Up products featured here, please click on the link below, and that will take you to my 24/7 online Stampin' Up shop. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.